Alright, we're just going to take a quick glance at a couple of my guns that I have. We're just going to start off with the GLOCK 27. It's chambered in .40 caliber. The gun weighs exactly 19.75 ounces unloaded. Fully loaded is 26.99. Good concealment gun. I have a Pierce grip extension on it to give it a extra +1. Have a little bit of skateboard tape on here, which I put on the frame just because Glocks get a little bit slippery. It's a pretty good gun. Never had any problems with it. Moving on is my Glock 19 9mm. It's 15 round capacity up to 33 rounds, which I have also in a mag. I'll show you in a little bit. I had extended slide stop on it right here, just for quicker reloads and sheer activation on the, when you're hitting your slide release. It has an accessory rail, so it is a 3rd generation Glock with finger grooves right here. The thing I like about the Glocks more is that their triggers are nice and crisp. I've heard a lot of people say they don't like the triggers. My trigger's bad. Alright, a lot of people I've talked to are comparing that to a 1911. You're not going to beat any trigger compared to a 1911, and that's just dead honestly. I'm saying that. The thing about the Glocks that's so good about their finish on the guns is they have a tenifer finish that is hardened as well as the machine metal to 64 on a Rockwell scale. If you don't know what that means, for some people out there, that's the scale of hardness of 70, being diamond is the hardest, and they're 64. And they, the stock sights on the gun aren't that bad. Personally, I don't think they are. I think they give you quick target acquisition. Show you the sights right quick. This is, the sights like that. I've never had a problem with them. Compared to my sights on my Glock 27, I got the Glock night sights on there. And of course, there's 3-dot sights, more for pinpoint accuracy. But on such a small gun, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. And here's my 33 round magazine. It's chambered in 9mm. And these are actually made for the Glock 18, which I wish I had one. Can't find them really a whole lot. I know they're made for law enforcement, so it's harder to get them. But it'd be nice to have a Glock 18 fully automatic. Moving on to another gun that's a personal favorite I just picked up a little while ago. It's an M&P 45. Chambered in 45 ACP. Has a 10 round capacity. Weighs about 28 ounces unloaded. And it's all around. Actually, I like it a lot actually compared to the Glocks. They're around the same. M&P did a little more improvements, I guess, when they looked at the Glocks. The way they were characterized and everything like that. It does have the Picatinny rail right there on it. Front cocking serrations. And their finish on this gun is actually called a melanite finish. Now I was talking earlier about the Glocks, about the Rockwell scale, how they're 64. The Smith & Wesson actually beat it and got it up to 68. That's 2 points below 70. As the diamond is on a Rockwell scale. So they've done a real good job with hardening the steel and the finish on this gun. And a lot of people, I don't know if a whole lot of people know this, but every gun, back then, Smith & Wesson made the Sigma pistol, and Glock sued them because the trigger was exactly the same. I actually heard that some of the barrels from the Smith & Wesson Sigma would actually fit in the Glock and the fire in the spring, and they would actually be able to fire that pistol with the Smith & Wesson barrel in it. So Smith & Wesson did get sued. Glock said, well, we don't want you to stop making them, but every gun that Smith & Wesson makes that has the same technology as the Glock, like a Sigma or the M&P pistols, Smith & Wesson has to pay a percentage to Glock of what they make off the gun. So, that being said, I'm going to move on to another gun of mine. This is my AR-15 M4A3. It has a tactical sight right here that I got when I bought the gun. The gun keeps falling down here. It's pretty nice. The guy who had it for me, I bought off him used. I've actually only paid $500 for his gun. So I got a heck of a deal on it. I did put a sling on it. I got two scopes for it. I got a Bushnell red dot scope that's their trophy scope. Actually broke. It's a piece of junk. I gotta send it back and see if they can send me a replacement. It has a 6-position telescoping stock on it. It's actually a pretty good gun. The only thing I didn't like about this gun, High Standard just started making AR-15s a little while ago, so you really can't judge a whole lot about them. But it's the trigger. The trigger was set at like 10 pounds. I took it to a buddy of mine's shop. He measured it. I think he said it was like 9.7 or something like that, close to 10 pounds. But it was ridiculous. I got a buddy of mine, one of the gunsmiths, to stone the trigger. I think he brought it down to around 5. So, but he said the gun's actually pretty good, made for the money and everything. He's like, man, you got a real good deal on it. He's like, because all AR platforms are all the same. They all have the 7056 aluminum frames and receivers and stuff like that. So he said, well, Stag produces a lot of the stuff for AR today, and a lot of people like Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson buys the platforms off of Stag, and they price it $300 more than what you could buy a Stag for. If you look at specifications of the Smith & Wesson and the Stag, they're exactly the same. So moving on to another rifle of mine that I just bought would be the Yugoslavian AK-47. These are actually hard guns to get right now because in the United States, Yugoslavia only shipped a couple kits into the United States at the time. The pros about this gun compared to other AKs is they do have a chrome bolt instead of the all black bolt. I like it better because it's more rust resistance and everything like that. The fitting of this gun is compared to any other gun, like the Romanians, Bulgarians and stuff. I think they're made way better. Except the Arsenals. Arsenals pretty much like top of the line. But Romanians are pieces of junk. Everything starts to wobble. It feels like a weak person put them together. On this gun, everything's tight. From the stock to the barrels to the fitting of the magazines. Also, the thing about the Yugoslavians is they have a bolt lock on them, which a lot of AKs don't. Let me show you that right quick. Now, as you can see, the bolt is locked back into position where when you fire this gun, it empties. Bolt will lock back. A lot of AKs don't do that. All AKs, I think you can pull a bolt back and lock it with the trigger. On this one, after you're out of bullets, it will actually lock back in position, which I like because other AKs, you gotta sit there and pull the bolt back, see if it's unloaded and stuff like that. So, I haven't got to shoot this yet. Can't wait to shoot it. Has night sight capability. Where I say that at, it's right over here. This flips up. I don't know if you can see that. But I painted this couple of these little bit paint in there. But yeah, you can buy night sights for this gun, and it's also in the front up here. The front sight would be right here. You would actually flip that up, and there's a place right there you can put your night sights at. But that's a couple of my guns from my gun collection. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts or comments or anything like that. And if you want to know anything about either of the guns, just give me a ring, alright? Thank you, guys. Bye.